Good morning. It's Nadine Torriello, licensed esthetician and your personal skincare guru with this week's skincare tip. This week's tip, how to read a beauty product label. Many of us are getting used to reading our food labels, looking for GMOs, gluten, wheat, or any other evil ingredient that might make us sick. But how many of us are looking at the ingredients on our skincare products? These products don't just sit on our skin, they're absorbed into the skin and ultimately our bloodstream, and can affect our organs as much as or even more than food or GMO might. So today we're going to look at our skincare product labels and what to watch for. Let's look at the top 5 items to look for when reading a skincare product label. Number 1. Ingredients are listed from the highest to lowest concentration. This is really important. If the label says that it is a hyaluronic acid product, you'd expect that it'd be at the top of the list. Sadly, many of the products that are touted on the front label as the stars of the product and should have most to do with treating your skin are expensive and often land close to the bottom of the ingredient list. I've spoken about this before. I call this the tomato sauce theory. You can make tomato sauce with tomatoes, garlic, basil, and olive oil, or you can make it with a big pot of water and swish a tomato, a piece of garlic, a piece of basil, and a drop of olive oil in it. Are the ingredients the same? Yes. It's the concentration that's different. And so goes it with skincare products too. Read the label before you spend your hard-earned dollars on a product to make sure you're getting the most bang for your buck. Number 2. If you see a symbol of an open jar, this tells you how long the product should be good for once it's opened. This is called use life. The term shelf life means how long a store can keep it unopened before it'll go bad. Some products have longer use life than others. Vitamin C is notorious for having a very short use life, usually 30 days before it goes bad. This is why more companies use little wax individual servings of the product, so you can only open and use that product when you need it. There are newer forms of vitamin C that will last more than 2 years in a container open to the air, but this newer version is more expensive to produce and therefore you'll find it in more expensive products. Number 3. Do you want a product that hasn't been tested on lab animals? Look for a bunny on the label. This means the product is cruelty-free. Thankfully, more and more companies are going cruelty-free route when it comes to testing products. But if you don't see the bunny, imagine there's some poor animal with eyeshadow on it to make sure your eyes don't tear up. Here are just a few of the popular beauty lines that as of August 2019 are still not cruelty-free. Avon, Clinique, Estee Lauder, Maybelline, and Victoria's Secret. Again, look for the bunny on the label to know that your product is not tested on animals. If you're interested in plant-based products, it'll probably say so on the label. I like to use hyaluronic acid as a good example. Hyaluronic is found naturally in our body and holds 1,000 times its molecular weight in water. So that makes her a great hydrator both topically and internally. Topical hyaluronic acid can be obtained 2 ways, either from the combs of roosters or from beetroots. If you want the plant-based beet version, look for this on the label. Most companies use beetroot because it's more humane and frankly, cheaper to acquire. Finally, number 5. If you should have a problem with the product, maybe it's rancid or cause a serious side effect, or you notice a recall on the news, there's very important information found on the bottom or the side of the bottle. This is called the batch or lot number. This is important because it'll tell the manufacturer when and often where it was made and the date it was made. If you ever wonder if the product is old, just look at the lot number. The date of the manufacturer is there. And I would say don't buy anything that's over 2 years old. Most products have a 2-year shelf life before active ingredients begin to break down inside the container. Some have longer shelf life, but check with the company to be sure. In past videos, I've talked about good and bad ingredients, and we'll definitely discuss more of these in the future. But today I wanted you to understand that there's a lot of information you can find about the product before it ever touches your skin. I always suggest working with your licensed skincare professional when choosing skincare products. These licensed professionals have usually done the hard work for you, offering products that are highly effective, offer high levels of active ingredients, are cruelty-free, and have the longest shelf and use life. But always read the labels and find out what you're actually putting on your skin. It could be a real eye-opener. If you'd like to learn more, listen each week for your skincare tip with me, your personal skincare guru, Nadine Torriello, licensed esthetician. And if you have a question, post it in the comments below or send me an email through my website, flmindbodyspirit.com. Wishing you a spa-tastic day.